Welcome back for another very special, yummy update coming your way, friends. I have actual bombshell news that we're going to go through. Warren Buffett has bought $4.9 billion of Google shares, which is huge news. Why? Warren Buffett, friends, as you know, he has retired now, but it's Berkshire Hathaway, okay? He's retiring at the end of the year. I think he's handed over the reins. Now, why is this important? Look at the stock price. He is buying up here. Okay, this is since inception. He's buying up there. So why is this critical? Because, okay, look, everyone in not just crypto, in stocks world, they will always quote how much cash he's holding in the US dollar form. So he's holding $380 billion. So you agree, right? Yeah, that's a big number. 380 billion. Whoa. But what they don't tell you is that number used to be 50 billion, then 100 billion, then 150, then 180. What actually he does is he keeps around 15% of his assets in cash ready to buy. 15%. But guess what's been happening over time? His portfolio has been growing. It's basically just the S&P 500 index. Okay, so you know, think about this. When the S&P grew 10% in 1 year, his 250 billion, he now has 275 billion. And then it grows another 10%. Now he's got 300 billion. But what they're doing is they go, hey, Warren Buffett increased his cash from 250 billion to 300 billion because he's selling because he thinks a big crash is coming. That's what's actually happened. So that's what's been happening for a very, very long time. So this is what shocked everybody. You take a look at that chart. Google has been rallying as part of the Magnificent Seven in the NASDAQ index, taking part of the AI bubble run as declared by many analysts. Okay, so that's why this is like huge news. Everyone's looking at it like, what? Whoa, that's like surprising, right? Because Warren Buffett, do you think he's a dude who's buy tops or buys bottoms? That's what's confusing to everyone. He's buying when the NASDAQ, that's wild. He's buying when the NASDAQ's done this. So what does it mean? Look, look, what it means is, look, this is absolute. I can't tell you, this is huge news because when we're on Twitter or on YouTube, everyone always says, Warren Buffett, he knows the game. He's been in here 50 years. This is how he's the greatest. He's raising cash. He's doing this. Dude, he just top blasted Google. All right? Do you want to know something, friends? He also top blasted Apple back in 2016. I remember thinking, oh man, that's a high price. But I don't know how to value stocks. You know what I mean? But back in 2016, when he bought Apple, I forgot exactly when it was, friends. It might have been around here. No, there we go. That's the real shot. Oh my gosh, dude. Friends, I thought it was top blasting Apple. He bought it, I think, like it's equivalent $30. Oh my gosh, dude. I think that's when he bought it, man. This is wild. And look, it went up. Boom. It's up another 10x. Jeez, man. You gotta understand. Look what he was buying into. Look what he was buying into. Everyone said he's buying the top. See? They said, oh my gosh, Warren Buffett, you are buying the top. He bought it up here, and look what ended up happening. Huge. Another 9 or 10x, man. So I think like he doesn't get into super speculative tech stuff, but he waits for them to have the moat, obviously. So he must see Google with what they have. He's like, yeah, man, you guys got a big moat for the next AI wave. Boom. Huge news. Okay, other big news as well, friends. So we're actually at a critical moment. What we're seeing right now is, see, this is I've got two arrows here. This is OTHERS-btc. See how there's an arrow up here and an arrow down here, okay? In both these times, the weekly super trend flipped red for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin confirmed the big trend downwards on the weekly, all right? Maybe by the time you see these, friends, I'm not sure, but like we've got to wait in the next 24 hours. Bitcoin has to be above 96,400 pretty much. And it will save itself from confirming a week below it. And then we have like another 7 days to roll it, okay? So we'll see what it is right now. But I'm going to assume it's confirmed red. It's going to stay there. I'm just going to assume the worst, okay? It's not confirmed, not 100%, but I'm going to assume the worst, okay? So why it's different, friends, is when Bitcoin confirmed the red in January 2022, OTHERS-btc finished the month red. It had gone up, right, a lot, and then it was starting to reverse downwards, okay? This is when the US Fed, they actually signaled that they will be doing quantitative tightening. Do you see? That's why, friends, the white line is the Fed balance sheet. See, they signaled, hey, we're going to be tightening in the future. And look, altcoins started reversing down. But now look what actually has happened, friends. It's funny. At the bottom here, the Fed said, guess what? We're going to stop the QT, which means eventually something's going to crack and they're going to do QE, right? Eventually, at some point, they're going to add to the balance sheet. And look, we have a green monthly candle so far for OTHERS-btc. Now, of course, something can crack in the next 14 days, but like it's crazy, man. It is wild that like it's literally a believer cycle. That's pretty much what it comes down to. This is unique. The last time Bitcoin flipped red, altcoins were topping out into the bear market. But this time, altcoins have done a bottoming out. This is a real believer cycle. Do you believe in your altcoins despite where Bitcoin may go? Only the strong are holding. I'm still holding. I know it looks really bad. It looks like it's going to get trashed, but I'm still holding, man. I'm not giving up. Okay? Faith. Faith means hold on. Faith means the pain doesn't last forever. Okay? I'll be lighting the candles every day for us. And what I'll do right now as well, friends, I'll just get it out here. Every single day we light the candles here. Every single day. And we're running out of candle, but we're not going to give up. There we go. There we go. We have to get more candles, friends. We've got plenty of candles to go around. So, lighting the candles. Very interesting, right? Will Elon Musk do something with Twitter, X, and money? Look at this. X money comes out soon. I got this from my friend, Mr. Grand Inquisitor, the Greek god. So X money comes out soon. I don't know what X money is. I don't know what it is. But like, friends, you've been watching me. I've been like dreaming. I'm like, man, I wish Elon financializes Twitter. He turns it into some sort of finance, money, token enabling crypto section with stable coins. And by the way, you know who wants to do that? He said he likes WeChat in China. WeChat, you can pay anybody. You just send everybody money. And I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to turn Twitter into the big finance messaging app. You can send people money and stuff. Okay, that's what he really. So, but you got to think of what send people money mean. It means you have stable coins on there, which means stablecoin super cycle. Okay, and if people are going to send people across the rails and stuff out here, he's probably going to use some sort of crypto chain because you want to invite all the liquidity from everyone out there in the world. Okay, you don't just want banks. You want people from all around the world to be sending, right? And obviously, we have the better system. Can Elon Musk ignite the bull market, the altcoin market? X money comes out soon. Yes, and yes, he can, and yes, he will. Interesting. Look at random. I was wondering why Twitter doesn't have a coin. X Twitter. Yeah, so I think it's just conflict of interest, maybe with Tesla shares, but you never know, man. We'll say, like I just never say never. Just also funny stuff about Warren Buffett buying Google, friends. Look at this. The greatest investor of all time had 20 years to buy Google, but he waited until this yearly candle to do it. Friends, isn't that wild, dude? You're going to call him a retardio now, by the way? You're going to call him a retardio? Look, man, I just showed you. Luckily, friends, that's why I'm here 18 hours a day. I just showed you what he did with Apple in 2016. Man, I remember that 9 years ago. 9 years ago, dude. And I was just like, because I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, but look at it, so high. Made 9x, 10x, man. He absolutely murdered it. That's wild. Here we have our friend, Mr. Crypto Face. The bear market is here. The bear market is here. So get rich off it. I didn't have a chance to watch all of his video, but that's very common. Everyone believing that the bear market now starts. I just invite you to just entertain the thought of your concept of a bear market. Probably, this is for everyone. It probably stems from if Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. Okay, but I want you to just entertain the thought that perhaps the past 2 years of Bitcoin going up, everything going up, didn't actually play out. Okay, that definitely didn't play out. So what's it going to be? But then obviously people are going to say, but Bitcoin has the most value and fundamentals and Habibi, you don't use it for shit, dude. You just use it to gamble like everybody else, number one. And number two, the people who are using it for store of value, guess what, dude? If Bitcoin drops 80% from here, it's still stored value. You know what I mean? Just not for you. And you got to wait a long time. Okay, so, you know what I mean? So, basically, people are just summarizing the price action. That's it. Okay, and if the price action flips, we'll see what happens, man. If Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum gets stronger. As you've seen as well, friends, Jeffrey Epstein anonymously donated to Bitcoin core development. And I've wondered what's underneath this rabbit hole. I did cover it in Juicy News. We went through the emails. They went back and forth. They're trying to inject themselves and influence the Bitcoin core developers. Here we have the crypto sniper, Francis. I'm looking forward to how all Bitcoin maxis trapped in their mass psychosis will rush to explain why it is actually awesome that a rapist, Mossad, blackmail operative Epstein funded Bitcoin core development. Why this makes NSA token better, more secure, and a safer investment. Sure, bright-eyed. And then he references Jack Mallers and Michael Saylor and stuff at here. Also to Mr. Toshiki as well. Not a maxi, and I don't like it. But I wonder, why is it that bad that Epstein anonymously donated money to an organization that funded the development? So, you know, it is something to think about. But I don't think they were able to influence. They tried to, but you just yeah. Because I think what's going to happen as Bitcoin dominance goes down, the narrative of people are going to start to question, hey, who is Bitcoin core? Who are the people there? Oh, it's 5 people. I thought Bitcoin was decentralized. Oh, everyone has to have a vote. But everyone's like, yeah, it's so decentralized. But yeah, but they're like, oh, but the only difference between that, I guess, and Ethereum is like, you know, you guys had to kind of like buy all your tokens in at the start. But then, see, I'll tell you exactly how new people are going to come in and they go, wait a minute. No one told me to buy 15 years ago, friend. 10 years ago, someone told you to buy. You had an advantage over me. I don't want to be in a system where just because you're in some land country where your family was the early settlers, you run all the property. This is literally, friend, this is our existence of reality, you know? It's like everybody saying in America, they're like, hey, your great-great-grandfather bought this land of wealth and this farm. My great-grandfather never had that chance to, you know, I'm an immigrant or whatever, so I don't want to come and occupy your city. I don't care. I'll go somewhere else. Okay, I don't care about the advantages and stuff. They go, I don't want you to control the politics. Do you see how it's literally, I've been telling you this from the start. With crypto fans, we are just normal humans. That's it. The only difference is everything's transparent. That's it. We have the same sins, folly, the same greed. People are testing the sharpness of their elbows against each other all the time. We enjoy orange juice, 1, 3, or 5 ice cubes. We're all human, okay? Some people, unfortunately, like soybeans as well. High amounts of soy. But it's the same thing. It's just that the technology allows everything to be transparent. Also, friends, more updates for you. Boomers named Gold Speculator are posting anti-crypto memes like this. So his guy's name's Gold Speculator. No thanks. I'm long crypto. So he's trying to give him a brain. Surely this is not how a bear market starts. It's how a bear market ends. It is, man. When you have gold speculators saying, no thanks, I actually love it. Like, just, man, like it's just wild. Also, friends, please be careful of FOMO buying ZeCash. Why? It printed 12 green weekly candles in a row, and it went up 16x in 3 months. Okay, so just be careful of FOMO buying, that's all. I've shown you in the charts and stuff out here. Also, look at the comments here. What could go wrong trusting these people one last time? This is the Winklevoss brothers. This is Ansoy. This is Mert, Soilana Maxi Guy Believer as well. And this is Gainsey. So they're all the big proponents of ZeCash as well. There's also Crypto Kobe there, but I didn't include in that picture because people are like, hey, but you know, he's like crowd favorite and stuff out here. So also interesting, Crypto. He said, FK ZeCash. I'm going to buy Monero XMR. Okay, just to let you know, once again, friends, just sharing information. Okay, I want all the coins to go up. I know Zcash's narrative, it doesn't matter. It's poop. Okay, Zcash, sponsored by Israel. Mossad, not Mo Happy, bought into it. They not bought into it. They funded it. The founder is the only privacy-related founder that doesn't get arrested or chased down by authorities, but they go after Tornado Cash, they go after Monero, and as well, no criminals use Zcash. That's the first thing you just got to check. And I use this example for you in Juicy News as well. Like, bro, would you buy a boat to sail across the world if I told you not a single sailor wants to use this boat? Not one. Nobody in the Navy, not a single person who's a boat maxi wants to use this boat. Would you go and take that boat across the world? You're like, I'll pass. Wouldn't you want to go use the boat they're all using? Yeah. Okay, I think it's an example here. Mr. Pulse Beast. Being careful and not buying is a good reason it can go up more. Which is 100% true. And Mr. Digital Grand Inquisitor, disgusting crashing coming. What I just wanted to show with that, it's not really like, hey, just be careful with that. It's because I know, look, I know, friends, some of you have bought it and you bought it for the wrong reasons. You've bought it specifically because other altcoins aren't moving. Okay, so you don't even believe in Zcash. So I'm telling you right now, if ZCash drops 65% here, guess what? The structure's still intact, but you are going to be absolutely kicking yourself because it's been 6 to 12 months where it's gone literally nowhere sideways, and who knows how high altcoins can fly in this time, as it did back here, by the way. That's all I'm saying, okay? And also went back to the range high, okay? You know, it would be the exact same of someone who doesn't believe in Hex, and maybe Hex one day we get to see it at 55 cents. In you know, I'd love to say within 18 months. I'd love, if that's possible, 18 to 24 months or 18 to 24 years. And imagine you literally your neighbor says, hey, I'm going to put in 100 grand in, right? You'd be like, look, like, just to let you know, bro, you know, like, you know what? I'm not going to stop anyone, whatever. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You want to do it? God bless you. So I've given you a lot of yummy updates. Where are we going from here? As I say, friends, watch that Bitcoin price on the weekly super trend. The key price, 96,400. However, I am already telling you, and we got 24 hours for it. But I'm not worried about there's a timer. I've already told you, look, man, it doesn't matter whether it confirms or not. And it's only a $1,000 difference, okay? It's just a chart painting thing. OTHERS-btc is already green in the face of Bitcoin dropping. It's already green, okay? Bitcoin dominance is already flipping down. Ethereum's price action, which we should probably focus more on now. Remember, Ethereum, friends, it's chosen by the government, dude. Ethereum, they can control everything, bro. Because Ethereum gives them the tools, okay? Like Bitcoin's a butter knife, okay? And Ethereum is literally the Death Star with 18,000 buttons, okay? Right? Now, I love butter knives just like the next guy, okay? But they've got a Death Star, man. Ethereum has the stablecoin rails, bridging, dexes, privacy. Ethereum, dude, they're working with WEF and the government. They not working. Okay, look. Ethereum is going to build the privacy so that it's private for civilians, but the government can get a key off you and look at everything in the future. Okay, you can't do that with Bitcoin stuff. You know what I mean? So the government, it makes obvious sense. It's just so obvious what they're going to choose. Okay, that's why ETH-BTC going down has been a kick in the nuts for the past 2.5 years. Because I'm like, dude, I know, Mr. Government, I know you're buying this stuff, dude. You guys, you're not buying Bitcoin. I know you aren't. There is no way. Even Francis Hunt says it all the time. Dude, they're not going to give you your own money, bro. Like, they literally have a Death Star of all this stuff that's pre-built and pre-accessed for them. Okay, they're not going to go and be like, oh, no, it's a good idea. Let everybody reign free with this untraceable, random Ponzi money according to the government. You know, even though Bitcoin's an asset and stuff, but just, you can tell the shift. Now, this is the Ethereum price action. It did not break a lower low. Okay, Bitcoin went like equivalent here, but Bitcoin's more like here, and Ethereum is still there. I wonder if this means something good for our future. We'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.